KJ, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Just doing great, thanks.
Happy to be here.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Columbus.
Thank you.
Catch you by surprise?
Little quick. Hey Rick, what was the meeting? How different was the film today or yesterday, or it would be today than it has been previously? Did you treat it? You said you wanted this to be positive. Did you bring that into the meeting?
Well, the first thing you have to do is address what went wrong.
Yeah.
And when I see teams skating down the middle of the ice, that's not us at all. So we had to clean that. So that was definitely addressed. There was times we had 3 forwards on the same side of the ice. That never works. On the wrong side of guys. So when you see a team coming at us and they're coming through the middle of the ice, like, I'm upset. I hate to see that. So we dealt with that. But then we showed them how good we could be, right? That first period and parts of the second, even a couple of things in the third, just how good we are. We just didn't do it for 60 minutes, obviously, and it cost us the game. Well, again, it didn't cost us the game, but it cost us an important point. But that's what we need to do. That's what's made us successful. That's what's taken us from 30th goals against to 13th, those little details. So when I say it has to be positive, what we do well has to be constantly reinforced. What we need to fix has to be constantly looked at and addressed. We don't let anything slip through the cracks.
How much video do you use normally, and was this last session any different than any other?
It was probably a little bit low. It wasn't just the video, the talk was a little bit longer. So normally, we got to understand where we are, what's ahead of us, right? We don't get the job done 2 weeks from tonight, we're going home. And does anyone want to do that? Absolutely not. So you got to have those talks every now and then. But the video depends on the game. But last night from Boston, we had to fix the problem. We know the problem. I see it. We address it. And when we see problems, we don't sugarcoat things here. Trust me, they're not hidden. Nothing's hidden. We address every little issue, whether it's positive or negative. But regardless, we always finish up with the positive clips. This is what we look like. This is how good we are. So.
Do you have any idea how long you're going to be without Olivier at this point?
At least a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Did you have any problem with the fights at the end of the first, just as far as, felt like Boston was kind of trying to get themselves going, and you guys had all the momentum at that point?
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's hockey, man. That's passion, right? We got a lot at stake. That's what you love about our game, is the passion the guys bring. And when you got guys that are out there and their emotions are running high, that's going to happen. I always hated the premeditated fights. Like, I hated that era of our league. I did, because it was, they got to tap each other. We got to go on. Like, that had nothing to do with the game. Those fights had a lot to do with the passion of the game. So I have no problem with that. Again, those premeditated fights years ago drove me crazy, because it had nothing to do with the way the game was being played. Something like that breaks out. You got guys on each team trying to spark their team. That's the passion. So we never want to take passion out of our game, ever.
How do you compensate without a power forward like Olivier? He was such a big advantage.
Well, we're going to have to. That's all. It's just, it's a pack mentality out there. Like I've been telling them since day one, they come after one of us, they come after all of us, and we're going to be in there as a pack mentality, and we'll never get away from that.
Who does come in for Olivier?
KJ goes back in.
You've talked before about Kent and just how you've liked some of his recent games.
Talked about who, sorry?
Kent Johnson.
Okay.
About his games and just down the fourth line now. What have you seen from him recently, and what do you want to see from him?
That's what I've said. Listen, when he gets the puck, he's got to go to the open ice. He's an open ice player. Some guys can dangle their way through 2 or 3 bodies. He can't. He's got to go to the open ice. When he gets to the open ice, he's got great vision. He's got great hockey hands, and then he can use that. But he's got to get to the open ice, and he's got wheels. And he's very dangerous when he's in there. They give him room, he'll make something happen. The other point is, like, today's, with everything at stake, there's a lot of board battles. There is. It's going to end up there. He's got to win some of those. He can't get pushed off the puck all the time. You got to win your share. You're not going to win every battle. There's another guy trying to win that, right? But you got to win more than you lose.
Rick, I don't think you've seen Luca Del Bello, certainly in your time here. What does he bring, and why did you want him up here?
Well, you're relying on Chris Clark and Trent down there and Cleveland. They're going to tell us who the best guy at this point is, and I hear a lot of great things about the kid's character. He's reliable defensively. He knows how to kill penalties, and again, I've never seen him play. It's the first time I met him today, but I knew who he was. There's a stranger in our locker room. I knew who it was, right? So I was on top of that one. But no, he's a good kid, and I hear nothing but good things on how he knows how to play the game the right way. And when you're thrown into a situation like this, end of the year, and you haven't played much up here, you need guys to know how to play the right way. You know what he's going to do when he goes on the ice.
Going back to Johnson really quick, he seems like a really kind of a unique guy in that he's so skilled in like the shootout type of thing. So when you do feel like you need to choose someone else over him, is there a little hesitancy to just because if you get to a shootout, he could really help you get a second point?
Well, we're trying to win the game in regulation or in overtime. I'm not kidding. You can't put a guy in there just in case we get to overtime. We don't want to get to the shootout.
Right.
But we've had enough guys that, Charlie, the guys we throw with the other night, they've all been very successful in the shootout. So we're not going to fill up a spot, especially with the schedule the way it is. We got to be able to roll our four lines. There's been a lot of hockey. So our guys play better when our four lines get going in the game. So we're not going to dress someone sickly to wait and see if there's going to be a shootout. But he is good at it. And we did listen the other night.
How much of an emphasis was the third period penalties, and was that something you had to talk with them?
Yep, that we did do. Again, that cost us the game. The penalty, look, we were okay. Yeah, they got that C&I goal in the first one. We were still okay after. It was the penalties that got us in trouble. It was. And it's unfortunate we took them. And, we were 11 seconds away from winning that game, but the 6-on-4, the scramble in front of the net, the puck bounces to them. That's hockey, but we put ourselves in that position, and we easily could have got out of that. If we don't take those penalties, we're getting out of there with 2 points. We are, but that's hockey. Again, we put ourselves. Like I always tell the players, whether you agree with the call or they don't agree with the call, don't put the referee in a position where he's got to make a decision. Is that or isn't that one? Those are the situations you want to avoid as much as you can.
Goalie tonight.
We have Jet. Okay. Thank you. You need